Hey YouTube, I'm here to talk about Queen Sugar, season 2, episode 10. So this is part 2 of the premiere, this mid-season premiere. Okay, it opens up with there's a man comes into Aunt Vi's restaurant, the restaurant where she manages, and said he's looking for the pie lady, and he's there to offer her a deal to make 350 pies a week for the supermarket chain which he represents. They're also offering $50,000 advance, which that makes sense. You would need to set up to make that many pies. I mean, she's not set up for that, that's for sure. So this is like her dream. She just expressed it a couple of episodes back that this is, that she wanted more out of her life. Unfortunately, Vi is got some physical thing going on with her. We still don't know what it is, but in a scene, a couple scenes after this one, we see her looking online, and she's looking up fibromyalgia. So that's our first hint. But as far as I know, fibromyalgia is like a widespread pain all over your body. Her problem seems to be with vision, balance, because she's looking at documents and she keeps losing her place. Her vision is blurred. She tries to stand up, she loses her balance. I don't know why that would be fibromyalgia. Of course, I have no understanding of the disease, so let me not overspeak. Okay, so all right, let's go to the next thing. Charlie's mother walks up on her at the loft, and she starts talking to her. She believes that Charlie is still tripping on her father's will and their land. Now, they haven't unraveled everything concerning all of these families, how this thing came about, because it seems like the father was first married to Ralph Angel and Nova's mother. They obviously have the same mother, right? But Ralph Angel is much younger, and then it's Nova. No, then it's Charlie, and then Nova's the oldest, from what I understood. So how could he be with Nova's mother, then to the white girl, which would be Charlie's mother, and then go back to have Ralph Angel later because he's the youngest? Anyway, they got to unpack all that. There's animosity. Aunt Vi hates this woman. This woman does not like Aunt Vi either. So they're going to have their interaction. Okay. So Charlie and Darla are in this dress shop, right? Did I skip something? I'll come back to it. Charlie and her mother are in this. Charlie and Darla are in this dress shop picking out a dress for Darla, right? While they're there, they start talking about family, mothers in particular. Darla explains how she has had no contact with her family. We get the impression that they basically disowned her. They don't answer her calls. When we see her trying to call there, she's talking to a machine. And then Charlie and her bond about mothers specifically. Yeah. I'll come back to that also, okay? Next thing we see is Nova and Dr. Dubois doing community work for this thing they're setting up. But they're doing physical work. So I guess this is for the Zika. They're going to work on that. But maybe they have to put together a clinic or something because they're working on a building. But it's got something to do with this project they're working on Ezekiel. So I would imagine they are setting up some kind of clinic. Right. But the whole community is involved in the work. and they meet Kiki. Kiki is Micah's little girlfriend. She comes to help out as well. And this is the first time that she's met Nova and also Dr. Dubois. Dubois must be a very attractive name to black people, because there's a Dubois in this, there's Dubois in Empire. The Dubois family in Empire, they're always prestigious families. Anyway, just a coincidence. All right. Might as well talk about these guys, Kiki and Micah. So Micah's father's out of town. Micah's father, Davis, is out of town, right? So he takes Kiki to the apartment because she's in town to work on this project with him. And so they're alone. She says she wants to take a shower. They've been working out, in the sun all day. And he said, well, maybe I can take a shower with you. Now, nothing wrong with him making a play. There's nothing that doesn't make him any kind of nasty man or nothing like that. But, they're alone. They're teenagers. They have hormones. And she has to get him straight on something. Listen, I don't know what you think this is. I'm a virgin. I tend to stay that way until I am in love. So he's... well, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. So he's apologetic. But she said, yeah, I still want to be here. I still want to hang out with you. I like you. So they hang out, but there'll be no nookie. That's not going to happen. Forget about it. All right. Okay, so... and these scenes move very quickly in this show. That's why I can drop them down. Okay, so Ralph Angel, Aunt Vi suggests to Ralph Angel that they see a marriage counselor before they get married. They just announced last week that they were going to get married. So she suggests we should get some counseling, see a counselor. He does not see it that way. Why would he want to get counseling from somebody who's not married about his marriage, about marriage? So he's a stubborn person. Now, I'm being reminded of why at times I didn't like Ralph Angel. There were definitely times that I didn't like that dude. Not only about just with his interaction with his woman, but about the form and some of the selfishness of him and some of the narrow-mindedness. And I just think Ralph Angel is just kind of dumb. He's kind of it's not a high intelligence there. So I got to like him, or at least believe that his sister should help him. Because though he did have shortcomings, he also has strong suits, right? But, well, we're going to have more revealed in a minute. But Ralph Angel, he refuses. He don't want to see no counselor. He got this, right? But there's a scene where Darla and him are in a gas station. She's separated from him for a minute. I guess she went into the store. On the way out of the store, she sees this great big old trick who says, nasty things, calls her by her street name Star, and I'd like to see you again. I can pay extra. And it's a trick from her old days when she was a prostitute. Right? And Ralph overhears this. Now, of course, he's got his mouth stuck out. But why don't you go over there and punch that nigga in the... excuse me. Why don't you go and check that individual and say, this is my wife, my woman? You were not to speak to her that way. Stick up for her. No, he takes it all in. All right, she's crying, of course, in her car, and I understand it. You've had that kind of life. Drugs make you do things. So many times, especially if it's a woman, you get involved with drugs. You do whatever's worth something, you sell it. So a lot of them end up in prostitution. So it's a very real thing. It actually happens. People come out of the life and they're still judged by what they used to do. And I can understand how a man with his woman, when he encounters that, it hurts him. It hurts him that people have been given. It brings her past back to the forefront of his mind. So that's got to be painful also. That's why they need counseling. That's why they need counseling. Listen, you know this woman has a past. Just like you have a past. You guys know each other's past. And now you got to work out how to support each other. You're slightly different than you were before all this happened. Right? But he just takes it all in there. He got attitude. So she is moving into his house that day. They're leaving her little trailer and moving in with him. First day, right? First day, he's ignoring her. He still got an attitude about what happened at that gas station. Now, people would judge him, because I know a lot of people will, but I've been in many of those circumstances. It is painful. It's painful even if you weren't a prostitute. Just seeing somebody on the street that used to be with your woman. Something you got to deal with, but you got to be mature about it. He is being totally immature. He knows what she did in the past, and he should not be making her feel worse about it. Not if you about to marry her. See, that marriage could be a nightmare. And she says to him, "You still tripping about that man at the gas station." Okay, that ain't the first time it's going to happen. Somebody's going to see her somewhere. They live in a little small community, you know. And so she tells him, "Listen, if you can't handle this, if you can't do this, if you're not up to it, I'm not marrying you." Good point, woman. And I think he almost could be an abusive type. He hasn't shown any abusive character. I mean, he hasn't abused anybody yet. But I can see marrying someone like that, who's so stubborn and so dumb, really, he could turn into an abuser. He seems to be. The way he gets all tensed up and so serious and angry, you know. So let's not just assume that they're going to be married. Okay. All right. So Aunt Vi, she shows up at Charlie's place. Charlie's not home, but her mother is. So Aunt Vi opens the door, and there's the mother. "What are you doing here?" They hate each other. They hate each other, and we don't know exactly why yet. We know that the girl was involved with Charlie's father, but we don't know how they got to be on such horrible terms. What happened? But they had agreed. The woman had agreed. Aunt Vi, don't come back here. You're not welcome in this town. And apparently, the woman was in agreement there. But times have changed. Now, she had no way of knowing that Charlie was going to move back there with her grandson. And, the man, obviously the man's gone. He's out of the picture. But apparently Nova has a serious problem with this woman as well. So maybe she broke up a marriage. I don't know. But Aunt Vi approaches the woman. They have an encounter. The woman says, basically, "I'm sorry that this has hurt you so bad. You were hurt so bad about what happened." And she puts her glasses back on to go back to work and leave it just like that. But Aunt Vi is definitely upset. And she's upset with Charlie for not telling her that she was in town. But now this is Charlie's mother. So Aunt Vi may have to get over herself a little bit too. You know, these entanglements. That is her mother. You know, Micah's her grandson. So I don't know if you can bar somebody from a town or not. Okay. Next is crazy ass meeting. Okay, so Charlie attends a meeting with these local mill people. Okay, it's called the Sugar Cane Society. Sugar Cane Society. Guess he's trying to get along with these other business people in this community, but they are snooty, snappy, and they have changed the time of the meeting and let everyone know that except her. So she appears to be walking in an hour late when all the business has been done. People at the table are snappy and nasty to her. I guess they picked some kind of sugar queen or something, some little contest they have for young people. So they're going over this. Okay, we can still do this part, right? They're going over the contestants. And then Charlie said, "What about her?" In this picture of Kiki. Oh, another white woman says, "Oh, she's not sugar queen material, all this little shit. Charlie sits there and takes it, but she holds it in. There's not a scene there, but she don't need these people. She don't need these people in the South. And then a lot of this stuff, it seems like if you would go back to 1940. So I don't understand the South. I don't understand why some attitudes are what they are. But obviously, blacks and white people do not mix very much there. So Charlie is breaking new ground by being a businesswoman in that environment. But as far as the sugar, this kind of society, I don't know why she's even getting involved with this kind of shit. You don't want me here, then ain't a problem. So Charlie comes to the conclusion that, and they do hurt her feelings, she will start her own festival for the black community. Okay. So at some point, her mother goes over all of her business and her business plan and so forth. She said, your problem is why you can't grow this company is because all of your black farmers only bring in 1,000 bushels or 1,000. Now, let's be clear. Even though this woman is white, she was married to a black man, so she is not like a laundry, like that, right? She is sympathetic to the causes of her daughter and their community. She wants to help. She's telling her that those people could only bring in so much business. She needs to outreach to the white mills the white farmers as well. Of course, Charlie said, I barely got the black farmers on board. I have no idea how to approach the white ones. See, this is a Southern thing. Because usually when you open a business, you figure, well, hell, whoever comes in with the money, he gets buy it. But they got all this politics, all this race politics there. Or at least she's assuming that. But because they've introduced this, obviously that's going to be the fight she's going to have to fight. She's going to have to go to battle with these laundries. All right. Okay. Nova. Okay, so there is a bright note here. Nova and Miss Dr. Dubois. They're getting closer. Dr. Dubois is expressing how he never wanted kids. Well, actually, she expresses it first. She never wanted to raise kids. She's more interested in her work, and she didn't see herself as a mother. And he agrees. Yes, that's exactly how I feel. I've never wanted kids. I want my work. So they've touched on another key part of their personalities, and it ends up in, guess what? Licking, the whole thing. So they have sex again. Okay, he's got to go back to Atlanta because he's a keynote speaker at some event, and as he's leaving, he gives her the keys to his house. Just come whenever you want to. Right? So that's the passage, rite of passage, where you get the keys. That means you're not worried about nobody else being there, right? Okay. Okay, I think that's it. I think I covered most of it. I'm sure I missed some pieces, but I'm already at 20 minutes, so. All right, people, that's, what the hell is it? That's Queen Sugar. I'm getting old. Not fibromyalgia, but there's all kind of stuff that attacks you as you get to be an old person. Namely memory. All right, we'll see you next week. Later.